Report to the cloud. All right, everyone. So you're gonna need a roller, whether it's small or large. If you don't have, I'll give you variations. And then either hand weights or a long band for some of the arm work, okay? So grab whatever you have. And we're gonna start with the roller on the floor already. You're gonna lay down and rest your feet on the roller for now, all right? And we're gonna start breathing from there. I think we're all good to go. Laying down on your back and feet on the roller. Okay. All right, so lay on your back, feet on roller. The chat won't close. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and breathing. So you can bend your knees or you can keep your legs straight, either or, all right? Cold mats. So here or here is fine, no problem. If you don't have any issues with your back, you can keep it there, otherwise here. So there's a little bit of work. Holding the roller in, pressing gently down. And breathing, just 2 or 3 breaths to relax the body on the mat. And then you can start breathing to the back and side of the rib cage. And then activating the pelvic floor to get that lower abdominal area active. Breathing in, back side up of ribs. Breathe out, activate the pelvic floor. And every time you breathe in, let's try to lengthen the back of the neck and the tailbone. So the whole spine and torso are lengthening as you breathe in. Arms reaching down, you can keep your elbows bent or just reaching to the roller, to the floor if you don't have a roller. Breathe out, pull the pelvic floor. Now really activate those lower abdominals. You're sinking it all the way down to your sacrum and lift it. Remember, it's not super tight, it's active. Lift. So don't really force those abdominals. Go deep. Breathe in, lengthen the back of the neck, tailbone, and reach the arms to the roller. On the breath out, pull the pelvic floor, sink the lower abdominals, and lift. And when you're ready, after you sink and lift the pelvic floor and lower abdominals, you can start hugging the waist, the lower ribs, and calming the chest and the ribs down into the floor. So you expand, you connect, sink, lift, and hug everything. Keep the lower ribs connected to the hip bones or pelvis. So when you breathe out, really relax the chest and the ribs and connect it down to the pelvis as well. Give me one more breath, really activating that core. And let's move the pelvis. So on your next breath out, you're going to scoop the abdominals, lift them to imprint the low back on the mat. Then you're going to lengthen the spine, arch, and dip the pubic bone forward. Remember, the chest and the ribs are really not doing much. We're moving from the pelvis and deep abdominals to scoop and imprint. Low back goes on mat. Pubic bone, belly button, hip bones, and ribs connect. Lengthen. Use the low back muscles to arch and dip the pelvis forward. Now, pay attention that you're using both sides of the abdominal wall to imprint and lift. And feel that both ribs are hugging in, are they? Hug the one that's not working as much. And then lengthen the tailbone, waist, sit bones, tailbone, and then arch that low back to dip the pubic bone forward. And make sure that both sides of the spine are also working. Scoop, hug, lengthen, then arch. Nice. Moving from lower abdominals and back. Try not to squeeze the butt to imprint. Try to use the abdominals to tilt. So scoop and lift. Yeah, scoop and lift. Connect. Lengthen and arch. So finish one more and find your neutral position for today. So tailbone anchored, sacrum, maybe the low back off the mat or not. Get the chest and the ribs reaching. We're gonna march. So you're gonna have to really press one leg down into the roller or the floor and float the other leg up to the ceiling. Breathe out, scoop, lift the side of the leg that's floating, bring it back up. So I went with my right side first, then I press the right side down to lift the left. I activate the core, I scoop and lift, especially that left abdominal as I push the right side down. So really active on what's going on with the side that's not lifting. And when you bring the leg down, the leg that's up, that back doesn't arch and let go. So if you push the foot into the roller, it's gonna help you, give you more stability. You're gonna feel your hamstrings working a little bit, yeah? Keep your pelvis completely still. Keep your tailbone the heaviest and your pubic bone reaching forward when the leg goes up. Yeah, tailbone. So the pubic bone keeps going forward, tailbone is anchored. So when the leg goes up, you're not tucking that pelvis. And when it goes down, you are holding the abdomen. Finish it with the opposite leg. So I started with my right. I'm going to finish it off with my left. Nice. We're going to go into crunches. So arms can be to the ceiling or next to the hips, or you can support your neck, clasp the hands, bring it to the base of the skull, and lengthen. Whichever you choose, you're going to breathe out. Keep the feet pressing down. Press into the back of your ribs or bra line. Roll the head, roll the shoulders, come up into your crunch. If your arms are loose, bring it next to the hips and reach it to the roller. Nice wide collarbone, then roll down, keeping the connection of the ribs down to the pelvis. Roll one bone at a time. So tuck your chin on the breath in, on the breath out, hollow. Pelvic floor activates, belly goes in and up. You press into the back of the ribs, you come up. Nice wide shoulders, nice. Keep the ribs connected to the pelvis. Don't pop the ribs up and roll one bone at a time down. If you want to warm up the arms, make your arms go a little further, your shoulders. Then tuck, reach, and roll, and arms up. Don't take the arms too far back to where your ribs pop. Nice. Make sure you're lifting your head and shoulders from the rib cage. So dig the back of the ribs, keep digging to that bra line to lift, and then drag the ribs down towards the pelvis to keep you lifting. Don't use your head to lift you. Tuck and hollow and pull. So keep digging the ribs and then glide them down towards the pelvis. The head is nice and loose, looking right over the inner thighs. Let's add the marches to this. When you're ready, we're going to do 6 more marching as you crunch. Keep the leg that's on the roller pushing down. So if you have a ball, you can use a ball under your feet as well. It's still going to give you some instability, which is what we're feeling. And we have to work the back of the legs a little bit harder. Follow the belly. Good. Keep hugging the lower ribs a little bit too. Keep that stability so we're not shifting side to side. So this is my number 6. Good. Finish yours. When you're ready, the arms come down to the ground. And we're gonna push the roller forward and back. Again, if you have a ball, do it with a ball. If you have slippery floor, you can push and pull. You can put a towel under your feet and you can do the same thing we're doing, maybe not go as far if you don't have as much stability. Otherwise, with the roller, the arches of your feet are over the roller. You're gonna breathe out, scoop, lift the abdominals to push. So the roller is gonna roll up and back on your legs, yeah? Just let it move. I'm flexing my feet to reach, then press down into the roller, pull back in. Now watch that your ribs don't move, and mostly we're trying to work the lower abdominals to make sure that we're not arching to push and we're not tucking to pull. Everything is happening on the legs. Keep going. Breathe out, press into the roller. It's gonna roll from the back of your heels to the back of your lower legs. And then it's gonna push down and pull all the way to the arches again, yeah? So notice that the roller is moving around. If you keep pressing it down, it doesn't slip as much. So push down into the roller. Press down into the roller. Yeah, push down. Yeah, when you're pulling and pushing, yeah, but it's coming to me still. So press enough that you're trying to keep it down. Okay. Good. So whatever breath you want, breathe out, scoop, lift. You can hold it for a breath in and breathe out, pushing down into the roller. Good. And give me 3 more.
So is this if I'm doing on the floor?
Kind of, you need to glide the feet. Let me try to get your sticky mat on the roller and see if it holds it better. Okay, sticky mats on the roller on a slippery floor. Yeah, better? What about it? Yeah. All right, so finishing those last 3, we're gonna change the position of the feet. So we're gonna bring the inner thighs together and the heels together as fast as you can. So now we're gonna be working inner thighs a little bit more, and it's a little tighter on your low back. So if it doesn't work for your low back, keep the feet wide, sit bones or hip width. Otherwise, I have my inner thighs together, I'm pushing, and I'm pulling. All right, so controlling the roller is part of the job. And then I'm squeezing. Yeah, my butt is working, my hamstrings are working, and of course, my core is keeping my low back and pelvis in place. I'm pressing down into the roller just enough to keep it in control. I flex my feet when I straighten because my knees like it. If you like to point the toes, you can. So we're doing 8 to 10 of these. It's about 5, scoop, pull. Yeah, really feeling the back of my legs. Nice, keep the chest and ribs down. Remember, for those of you with a tight back or tight neck, or you can support the back of the head with that pillow or robe towel. Good. Cool. So inner thighs together. If your back can take it. Remember, you don't have to go all the way out. If all you can do is halfway or a bit more to help you with stability, then that's how far you go. And again, you can push forward with a towel under your feet if you have a slippery surface to work with, or you can do it with a ball. Whether, I mean, a big ball, not as good, a smaller ball, you can do this as well. And I'm going to assume this is 10. All right, and now we're going to go as wide as you want to, a little bit wider than the hips, second position, and you're going to push from there. So there is external rotation of the thighs. They are about a little bit less than a 45-degree angle, okay? Yep, so wider. So do your 8 to 10, pressing down, and I'm wide, pressing into the roller, and I pull. So my knees are wider than my shoulders even. 7. And I have that external rotation when I push my toes and my thighs are angled outwards. Keep the sit bones reaching towards the roller, chest ribs down, same thing. Yeah, so this is less compression on the low back, so it's a little bit easier. Remember to hug the ribs, keep working those abdominals. I'm still breathing out to push, breathing in to pull, but it's up to you what breath helps you maintain stability. Good. Chest, ribs. Good. Press into the roller. We might have one more to go, 1 or 2 more. So finish those. Nice, good control. Doesn't look like a lot of work, but it is, right? Okay. All right, hopefully we're warm enough to go into bridging. So we know that bridging with the roller is a killer on the back of the leg. If you have any issues with ankle, knees, hips, you can definitely do the bridging without the roller, okay? So we're gonna go through our 3 steps warming up, and we really need to focus on the glutes engaging today, otherwise you're gonna cramp your hamstrings. So I have the arches of my feet on the roller. I'm gonna keep it still, and all we're gonna do is pelvic tilt for now. So the whole back stays on the mat. Reach the arms to the roller, open up the collarbones and the shoulders, and let's go. Breathe out, we're gonna imprint. Scoop the abdominals, imprint. Before you go anywhere, press your feet into the roller, squeeze the butt, lengthen just the tailbone to the ceiling. Make sure you're squeezing the butt, and then roll the pelvis back down, okay? Again, breathe in, lengthen that spine. Breathe out, press the feet into the roller, engage the glutes. Imprint, squeeze the butt, lengthen tailbone to ceiling. Breathe in, roll it back out. So we're trying to engage glutes. Breathe out, imprint, dig the feet on the roller, squeeze butt, tailbone goes up, and roll back down. So if you're ready to go halfway up, the whole pelvis is gonna peel up. So we're going to bottom of ribs. Breathe out, imprint, press the feet into the roller, squeeze the butt, roll the whole pelvis, but the abdominals and the ribs stay pressing down. Breathe in to lengthen the thighs, breathe out, roll back down. So you should already be feeling that pressure on the hamstrings. And again, breathe in to lengthen, tailbone and spine. Breathe out, press the scapulas and the arms into the mat to help you. Imprint, tailbone to ceiling. And then roll it back down. One more. Breathe in, lengthen tailbone to roller. Keep pressing the arms on the floor to help you. Squeeze butt, roll up and down. All right, so full bridges if you want. Start the same way. Breathe out, hollow, soft abdominals, not too tight. Dig the heels, squeeze the butt, lengthen the tailbone, roll the pelvis, and then roll one bone at a time, only as far as you want. Keep digging the feet into the roller, lengthen the thighs, arms pressing down to help you. And then after you breathe in, lengthening, you're gonna breathe out, roll down, one bone at a time. Woo, that hurts. Okay?
Here's my lower one.
Let me check it. Keep going. Breathe out. Imprint. Squeeze the butt. Butt, 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 butt. Just the butt.
Like a bit tight.
Yeah, I think it's tight because you're not arching. You're going up, rolling. So don't go too high. Just go to where you can maintain the flexion on the spine to move it. Nice, Fatima. That looks really good. Good. Go as high as you want. Watch that your knees don't open too much, yeah? Yeah. Scoop, scoop, squeeze. So tailbone higher than anything. Abdominals press down. Yes, good. Thighs reach forward.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Hamstring and glutes really tight. Okay, it's quite intense. So we're gonna hold it for a second. If you need to stretch or stretch your hamstrings, give it a quick stretch. Don't overstretch, just to be nice to it a little bit because it's only gonna get worse. So you can keep rolling up and down or you can stop. We're gonna stay up and push the roller away. And we can do just halfway. I'm gonna show you why you stretch. You're gonna scoop. Squeeze the glutes, pressing down to the roller. Roll as high as you want. Just a fist from the floor to the sacrum is enough to lift. Arms really pressing down. You're gonna dig down into the roller, push it away, only as far as you want, pull it back in with the hamstring. And you're gonna keep the bridge as you push. Of course, you can go as far forward as you want. Pelvis can lower a little bit, but you still want to bridge. And then dig into the roller and pull. All right, so you can do, I don't know, 1 or 2 or 3, or stay up and do as many as you can. Let's think of trying to do about 8. So you can do in 2s, in 3s, then it's 9, or you can do all 8 up there, or just 2 4s. You decide. Don't lift the pelvis too much unless you want to. Use the arms and go as far as you can. So if this is what you can do, pull and push. Okay, I want the abdominals lifting, scapulas and chest pressing down. And as you move, my pelvis lowers when I straighten the legs, yeah? Because I don't want to go into extension. I keep digging down into the roller to pull. You have to have that pressure. Okay, so breathe out, maybe not. Reach, press down into the roller. Use your arms, pull. Good, I'm gonna watch. That's it, good. Keep digging that, pressing down into the roller. Go to where you can maintain that stability. If you need to roll down and take a break, roll down, then come back up and try to finish those 8 altogether. 8 is a lot. I'm happy with 6 if that's what you can do. Nice, nice, nice.
I need to use my hand.
Yes, you have to use your arms quite a bit. So triceps, back of shoulders, the arms are really digging in. Yeah, to give you more stability. Yeah, when you're done, we can stretch. Very nice. Good. Okay, so when you're done, you can straighten one leg down and take the other one and stretch the hamstrings. So hand can be here and do 5 long breaths here. Nice work. These are very challenging. And then you can do the glutes as well. So after you do 5 stretches here, you can bend the knee, cross the leg, and either push the leg away or do a regular number 4 stretch here. And do another 4 to 5 breaths here. And then you can take that leg down, either straighten or keep it bent. Depends how much you want to stretch. The leg goes up to ceiling, 4 to 5 breaths. Holy tightness, right? Caramba tightness. Do 4 to 5 breaths. Get those hamstrings nice and stretched. And then when you're ready, you can move the number 4 on that leg. Pull it. Push knee away and stretch 4 or 5 breaths. Good. When you're done with your stretches, bring your feet back to the roller. We're going to do the 100 here. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. Arms are going to be to ceiling, so we're going to do the same crunches we were doing. We're going to breathe out to crunch. Breathe in. You're going to pulse here. Breathe out. We're going to pull the legs in. Okay? Oh, sorry. We're going to breathe out from here. Stay here for the first 5 pulses. pull on the 5 pulses. I prefer that you breathe out and push. It will give you more stability. Breathe in and pull. Of course, you can support the head, or if your head is supported up with something, you can just do the arm and the leg part of it. You decide, okay? So let's keep the knees bent to start. Tuck your chin. Let's crunch and keep the knees bent. So breathe out, crunch up. Stay here. Start with a breath in for the first 5 pulses. Breathe out, push. 2, pull, push. Really scoop, pull, push. 4, strong arms. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, push, watch your neck. 6, breathe in, breathe out. Dig the bra line into the floor. When you breathe out, crunch higher with the rib cage, not with the neck. 8, strong arms, tap water. 9, and tap. And relax down. Good job. Very nice work. Good. You can hug your shoulders if you need to relax the arms. And then hug the other way. Nice. All right, let's roll to the side so you can pull the roller in or get your feet off, and let's come up. All right, so let's give the legs a break, and we're gonna go into a little bit of arm work. Now, the reason why I said, I know not all of you have bands, but we have bands here, and you can have a little bit of arm weight here, all right? I'm also going to give you the option of, if you need to sit on something high, you can. Otherwise, I like this to be sort of on the knees here, okay? If you're gonna use the band, you're gonna take the band under your knees, and we're gonna do some arm work here, pressing straight back, and then doing some triceps, and doing a little bit of shoulders. And then we're gonna go into our belly and do some back extensions with the band. If you have the hand weights, you're gonna be doing the same thing, okay? You can do here, you can do your triceps, and when we do the shoulders, you can use the hand weights. I only have like a 2-pounder, it doesn't have to be very heavy. So whatever you can use will be fine. So if we're okay here, remember you can just sit on something a little bit higher. The band is under the knee, and it should be pretty even on both sides. All right, so let's come up. You can keep inner thighs together, or you can separate hip width if that's better for your back. Okay, then I want you to take your, no, I'm gonna stay here. So tuck your pelvis forward, really pull the band and start off with some resistance. Keep your hands reaching down and watch the back. I want you to lift the abdominals, lengthen the tailbone, and then allow the tailbone to tuck and push the pubic bone forward. So we're lengthening, the glutes are working, yeah? And we're gonna just squeeze scapulas and reach the arms straight back. But when you squeeze the scapulas, don't push the ribs forward, and then you come back forward, okay? So start with the resistance and let's go. Scoop the belly. Keep the tailbone tucked and pushing the pubic bone forward. Go straight back, squeeze scapulas, and release. Okay, and go. 2. So when you go back, I don't want the shoulders to go forward, and release. 4. Squeeze and reach. Good. So the front of the shoulder should be moving back. 4, squeeze a small lemon and reach the arms and in. So the scapula is leading the movement. 5, and then the arms are following. Hug the ribs and keep the pelvis pushing forward. Good. 6. Good. 7, abs tight, ribs hugging, just the arm. If you need more resistance, go for it. 8, squeeze a lemon. I need to shoulder. Shoulder goes back, not just the hand. Fatima, you're rolling the shoulders forward. 8, So make sure you don't lift the hand and the shoulders go forward. The shoulders keep going back. 9, good. Keep pulling the shoulders back. And 10, good. And relax down. That's it. Yeah, so it's not about lifting the arm, it's about shifting the shoulder and the arm is going back. If you lift the arm, then you can see clearly my shoulder coming forward. I don't want this, I want this and this. So opening the chest. All right. So let's give it a break a little bit. We're gonna go up to shoulders. If you wanna hold the band with the palms this way, you can come up and you keep the palms facing forward, then you can turn it. I'd like the palms to go down. So you're already going to be working some shoulders. So now you're holding the band a little wider. Melting bands. Yeah, and we're gonna go back of shoulder and reach it in. Now, when you go back, guess what? Scapula, same thing. So tuck the pelvis, abs tight, and lift and go back and bring it forward again. And 2, squeeze the back of the shoulders to take it back and pull it forward a little bit with the chest. Keep lifting that band. 3. Notice that my ribs are not going all over the place. So I'm not doing this. Yeah, nothing moves. 4. Hug the ribs up and back and then forward. The scapulas are moving it back for you. 5. If you get tired, bring the arms down and start over again. Straight arms, yeah, straight arms. 6, keep the palms facing forward. It's okay, keep the palms facing forward. 7, keep the arms up. Chest level is good. 8, up and back, squeeze scapulas, forwards, chest squeezes. 9, nice wide shoulders, so none of this. Good. Last one, it's awful, yeah, full. And scapulas, take it back and relax the arm down and sit back. Yeah, roll the shoulders, you can stretch it. Good. So the next thing we're gonna do is tricep presses. And then we're gonna do the set all over again. So from here, again, palms are facing me, so I'm holding thumb to index finger. I want you to sit back. So whether you're already seated or not, you're still gonna have to do a hip hinge here. We're gonna squeeze scapulas and then the elbows are gonna go in line with the torso, slightly back. You're gonna straighten arms and bend. So you really need to hold it, yeah, lower. You have to start with resistance, so when you go back, it's really hard to straighten the arm. Noting, I need the scapulas to squeeze an olive, okay, without popping the ribs, because when you straighten the leg, the band is dying on me. Okay, so as you straighten the arms, the squeezing of the scapulas continue. So when you go straight, the shoulders don't roll. Don't try to lift the hand higher. It's only about straightening away from the body, squeezing scapulas and bending back in. Elbows don't move, okay? So little hip hinge, go as low as you can, get resistance. Of course, if you have the hand weights, you are here. Squeeze the scapula. So let's squeeze a lemon. Abs tight. Now, as you straighten the arms away from the body long, you're gonna squeeze the lemon to become as tiny as possible, the size of an olive. And then you bend back in. So now you're holding a lemon. As you straighten the arm, you're gonna hold an olive. And then you pull back in, okay? 3. So reach away from the body, not up. 4, we're doing up to 10 to 12. Squeeze the lemon to a olive and in. 5, squeeze, 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 and in, good. 6, 7, just the scapula. Yeah, that's better. Good. 8. Good. 9. Squeeze your scapulas more. and 10. Good. If you can do 2 more, stay there. So as the arm goes back, the scapula squeeze more without really arching the back to do it. Nice. And then rest. Yes, good. Okay, so let's do the same thing over again. One more set. And then we'll do the back extensions. If you want to change your position, you can. So if you're sitting down on something, make sure, I mean, the strap is going to be under your pelvis if you're sitting down, right? And you're going to push back from there. Otherwise, we are on the knees again. Okay, so if you're sitting down, the strap is on the pelvis, but you need to be high on something so your arms are straight. So make sure you're on 2 blocks or something so the arms are straight and you're doing these from here. Yeah? Fine. All right. So we're here. Come up, get resistance, and up we go. Now, lift the abdominals and lengthen the tailbone, then tuck. Keep the butt and the tailbone reaching the pubic bone forward. Hug the ribs and go straight back. Pull the scapulas back, arms follow. My shoulders are going back, yeah? And then release. Think of the front of the shoulder rotating to the back as you push and you're holding the ribs still. Pelvis and glutes are working. Just like the bridge we did. 3. So move the shoulders back, back, yeah, and then in. Keep reaching the hands down so the shoulders go back and they stay reaching down to the pockets of your pants. I don't know, 4 or 5. Abs, 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 and in. Good. 6. If you have a tight chest, it's going to be a little hard, but try. You're going to keep opening this, rotating shoulders back. Good. 7. Rest back. Good. And in. 8. Yes. 9. Yeah, that's right. Down and back. And 10. Okay? Relax. We're gonna do the shoulders, those tough shoulder ones. Tiny side of my back. It's all broken. Okay. So we're gonna come back up and we're gonna open the band out to the side. Imagine it's coming up. So lengthen the shoulders and the collarbone when you come up, okay? And then you're gonna go back and forward. If you have the weights, I prefer that the palms are down. With the band is a little bit harder. You go back and forward with the weights, okay? With the weights facing down. If we're with the band, it's a little bit tougher. We can go back and forward with the palms forward, maybe a little bit down if you have that.
But my hands have to reach the level of the shoulder.
So chest is good. Okay, because you want to work the deltoids to lift, shoulders wide. So imagine you're punching 2 people on the side and you're going forward and back. Do your 10 to 12. And then when you go forward, keep the chest open. When you go back, lengthen the arm and press to the back of the scapulas. The scapulas and the shoulders are coming back and then they're coming forward. Chest and then back. Keep reaching the arms out to the side. Watch that you're not moving the torso. So you're working so much torso stability. Arms up, arms up. Good. You can do 2 sets. Go back up and continue. 10 up to 10. Nice, Fatima. Nice. Good. Forward and back. With the band is a lot more work. So try to use the band if possible. Good. Breathe out to go back so you don't pop the ribs. And then up and forward. Nice. Good. The chest is looking good. Press. Keep it up. Keep it up. So back of shoulders. Woo! Roll the shoulders and stretch when you're done. Those are tough. That's a tough one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you try not to lift from the traps. You're trying to lift only from the deltoids. Yes. So if you go up, you're gonna hurt your traps. Sorry, your traps. It's not bad to work it, but try to keep them wide and work from deltoids. Yeah, otherwise it's all gonna come into the patellar, into the traps. Okay, so the triceps. If you're on the knees, we're gonna shift the pelvis back a little bit, okay? So it makes you work the core a little bit more, because if it's not working, your low back is gonna collapse. So you have to work a little bit more against gravity. So you're pulling both bands, or if you have the dumbbells, that's fine too. You're gonna squeeze a lemon, and then we're gonna bend the elbow side. So now I have the palms of the hand facing me, thumb and index. And then I'm gonna straighten the arms, squeezing that lemon into an olive, down, and then you bring it back in. Remember, the elbows don't move. It can be slightly in front of you, just in line with the torso. So squeeze that lemon, shoulders down to the pockets of your pants. So pull the shoulders down. As you straighten the arms, the lemon becomes an olive. You're holding that little olive, and then you're bending in again. Breathe out, ribs, abs, reach away from the body and pull. Watch your shoulders rounding a little bit. Stretch, yes, reach, and then bend. Keep the shoulders down. So from the side of the body, straighten in line, but however far your hands go depends on your scapulas, yeah? Oh, I lost count. We're trying to do 10 to 12. Nice, very good. Connecting the back of the shoulders. Shoulders look really good, coming down. Nice, Fatima, looks good. Good.
I think that my glutes was working slow.
Yes. Yes, because it has to hold you, otherwise it's just holding you here, right? All right, everything works in that position. It's really tough. This position is a lot of work. Abs, glutes, everything working. All right, so we're gonna go down, belly down. Okay, and we're gonna do a little bit of extensions with the belly down. So what I want you to do is when you're down on your belly, you don't need a band, but if you have one, let's use it. And your triceps are gonna keep working. So I'm bringing the band to the back of my, to my low back, and I'm holding it with my hands. My elbows are just relaxed next to me. So I have my hands connected. That's tough. If you walk your hands out and it's almost like right on the outside of your waist or just over your waist, when you come up, you're gonna straighten the arms and open the back. So it actually gives you a nice stretch on the chest that works your triceps, okay? So you are gonna hold the band as wide as you feel you can pull and lengthen without rounding the shoulders. So the tighter you are, the more work, the wider you go, it's a little less, okay? So bring the band to your low back, hold it, maybe walk your hands out to the waist side and relax the elbows. Your head is gonna rotate to one direction. Then your feet, you can bring it together if you have the flexibility on your back. Otherwise, let's do sit bones width. You can even go wider than your hips if you need the opening of the low back. So we're gonna breathe out, lift the abdominals and lengthen the tailbone all the way down to your big toes. So you're lengthening, maybe for some of you, maybe tucking a little bit. When we come up, we're gonna drag the band down our thighs, squeeze scapula, rotate the head to face the floor, and reach the band all the way to the feet. Abdominals are lifted, tailbone is lengthened, and pubic bone and ribs are on the mat. Then you're gonna bend the elbows, rotate the head to the other directions, come back down to starting position, but the head is in the other direction. Again, breathe out, pull the belly, lengthen the tailbone, drag the band down your thighs, reach, open the band as much as you want, squeezing scapulas. Looking down, just straight ahead, not up, yeah? Just a little bit in front of you. Rotate the head, come back down. So if you feel, oh, I can use more resistance, just bring your hands closer together. Breathe out, lift abdominals, lengthen tailbone, come up. Reach the band, breathing in, breathe out, come back down. I'm gonna leave the breathing up to you, but I do need you to breathe out and lift the abdominals and go. 4. Reach, squeeze the scapulas, hold that leg, look down. Yes, so the neck is in alignment with the spine. Don't overextend the neck. Yeah, so just look right in front of you here on your mat. Go, squeeze scapulas, reach the band, open, and rotate. Good. And go, 6. Drag the band down your pelvis. And in, good. 7. Reach the band down the side. Abs tight, pubic bone really reaching. Nice, that looks good. Let's do last 1 or 2. I don't know, I lost count. Maybe this is 8. Nice, that looks good. Let's do 2 more because we can. Reach, nice, Fatima, that looks great. So when you pull the band, the scapula comes together and you reach the band all the way to your feet. So this is going to be our last one. Nice. And down. Good. You can release the band, make a pillow with your fingers and just rest it there. When you're ready, you can stretch back into child's pose. Very nice job. Good. So if you need it, toes together, heels, knees apart, push, use your hands to push the pelvis into the heels. Keep pushing, keep stretching. Yeah, you can stretch side to side if you want to stretch the side of the body. So you can walk the hands to one side, and then you can walk the hands to the other side, and stretch the whole side of the body. Good. So we're gonna come up and we're going to do lunges with the roller. So if you need to be on a stable position, this is really hard. So it does throw you off balance. If you need to put your hands on the couch, on the wall, whatever you need to help you, you can. Okay, so we're gonna come up, I'm gonna put the roller right under one foot. And from here, I'd like to start with the thighs next to each other. Anchor the standing foot, so I have my right foot down and my left foot on the roller. All right. So for your foot, the standing foot, if you don't want to use the mat under you, you don't have to. And yeah, and if you don't want to use the roller, I'll give you the variation. But let's get your hips aligned, your thighs aligned, and press the back foot into the roller if you're going to use. So I'm on basically the base of my toes. I'm going to bend the front knee. I'm going to keep pressing the roller down, come down into a lunge, keep pressing the leg into the roller, dig into the standing leg and come back up. So if you can only use, go a little bit, that's fine. This is very advanced. So you don't have to use a roller. You can just step back. We've done these lunges, I think last week. You can just come down into your lunge. You can lean forward a bit, bend that front leg, dig into the butt of the front leg, come back up. And you can still hold on to something here, okay? So watch your knees. Yeah, the roller really throws you off balance. So watch what's going on with the pelvis, okay? You can face the mirror if you want. So when you come down, you can see the line of my pants, which is actually not aligned. Okay, so watch this front knee. When you come down, watch that the knee doesn't wobble. So you want the knee to be mostly out towards the pinky toe and dig into the heel, come back. Because you're not balanced, remember you can use something to lean into. Watch that it's not really compensating this knee. Don't drop it in, keep it open. All right, so pressing into the back of the roller, opening this knee, and then coming back. You don't need to go very far. Come all the way up, Fatima. When you come back, all the way up, straighten the front leg. Yeah, that last tuck is really challenging. There you go. So try to do anywhere between 6 to 10 on one leg, and then you're gonna switch leg.
Good, and keep that pressure on that roller. This way so you can see. Good. And it's okay for you to lean forward, yeah? You're sitting back on the butt of the leg you're working. Just keep the core lifted and the pelvis reaching. Keep pressing to the roller. Dig the foot of the standing leg. Squeeze the butt of the standing leg. Come all the way up. Tuck the pelvis at the end. Yeah, so reach the pelvis and the back leg. It doesn't need to be straight. The back leg can be bent. Dig into the standing leg. Scoop the belly, tuck. I need this leg to straighten all the way. When you're done, shake the legs. If you need to stretch a little bit, you can. And switch legs. Good. So you go only as far as this stuff is not happening, right? Not Doppler, not rotating, just as far as you maintain the stability. Lean forward a little bit so your low back is not compensating. So when you go down, you can keep your back, put more weight into the back leg and stay more upright. Please come up with this leg. So the roller doesn't really let you come up with the back leg. But leaning forward is fine, gives you a bit more balance, yeah? Dig and push and tuck. Good. Abs lifted. Keep that core working. So lean from the hips. Back a little bit. So you're arching a little bit from the hips. So either lean from the hips. Yes, that's better. Hold that core. All right, we're doing 2 sets. So you're gonna go back to the first leg. Shake it off. It can be less repetitions, yeah? You can do maybe 6 to 8 on this one. All right, so tuck. I need this tuck. So stay really abs tight. Dig and come up. Straighten this leg. So when you come up, we've been doing this in the beginning of class. As you straighten the leg, this. Remember when we were laying down, rolling the roller forward and back. As the roller goes forward, we were keeping that stability. So use that. Nice. Of course, one side is not as strong as the other, so see how it works for you. No, keep a standing leg. So if you want to go straight down, just be careful that there's no arching going on. Tuck. Nice. Pelvis is leveled, knee is open to pinky toe, big toe is anchored. It really isolates the work of the leg. Nice, good Fatima, good back, up and down. 6 to 8 on the second, that's good. And then shake the legs again, this is your last set, that's it, and then we stretch. Okay? Take your time. If you're watching this, you can pause the video, dig. But do go into that full hip extension at the end. Pull the thigh and tuck. So you're back to that sort of neutral. Nice, Fatima, looks great. Nice. Nice, Valerie. Abs, 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 abs. Dig and push. Good. All the way up. Tuck that pelvis at the end. Yeah. There. Yes. Like the bridge. So we lift abdominals and we extend the hip a little bit. Yeah. IT. Great, keep working that core, keep working the stability of the standing leg. And for those of you not using the roller, you could be here, right? Same thing, straightening, bending, back leg bends down, dig into the heel of the standing leg, and come all the way up. I want standing leg to extend fully. If you're done, relax. Very nice. Should we roll with the roller instead of stretching? So let's do the
Actually, let's sit down and let's do a little bit of the calves. Let's do it mildly. So put the roller right here, actually in the middle of the calf, and then just roll it. Find where you want to be, bend the knee and push. Just gently. Right in the center of the leg. I like to go a little higher. So right under the knee, that belly of the, and then try to go side to side, just roll it. It's gonna go into some lumps. Yeah, you can do it that way. Okay, and you can change and roll different position. Oh, yeah, it is. So side to side, yeah. So just so you know, I'm just going side to side. Yuck, ouch, ooh, lump. And then I go a little, I take the roll a little lower and I go there side to side. Ouch. Maybe I'll go forward and back first in the lower parts of my calves. Ow, I always get amazed how this much little effort hurts. And then I go side to side here. So many lumps happening. And then go a little lower or higher. Yeah, and then roll up and down. So I'm a bit lower. Nice. So more to where the tendon is down here, and then I can go side to side there. Hello. Good. So if you don't have the roller to stretch the calves, you can lay on your back, put the band or a towel, yeah, and pull the foot down to stretch the calf. That's fine too. If you have a ball, you can put it under there to roll it. Good. So if you want it heavier, you can always come off the pelvis and roll it all the way through, but you have to do a little bit of an arm plank, reverse plank to do it. And you can roll it in, you can roll it out. Ooh, it hurts more. Okay. So quick, but you guys can continue doing however you wanted to do it, right? Let's go into our quads. So let's turn face down. We're gonna take the roller to the quads and you're in an elbow plank. Scoop the belly, tuck the pelvis so the core is working. And just roll right in the middle of the quads, front and back. So remember, don't go over the knee, just above the knee, and then just below the pubic bone. It is an upper body workout and your core is working, so you're not sagging like this, yeah? You're lifting the belly gently, you're digging into the elbows gently, so you're not sagging from the scapulars nor the low back. Then I like to open my legs wider, rotate them out, so I'm now inside my thighs. This is not, nice. So open, rotate the toes and the knees out and roll to the inside of the leg now. So when you go down towards the knee, you're gonna get the belly of the VMO a bit more. You have some inner thigh stuff going on at the top. Good. Nice stuff. And then if you need a break, you can do the internal rotation. So now I bring my toes in and my heels out. So my toes are touching and you don't have to, but I'm just doing a different rotation. Inner rotation to roll a little bit more to the outer part of my thigh. Yeah. So this inner rotation. Now was an outer rotation, now I need. Those lunges. Of course, you can stay there forever and keep doing it. Let's do the glutes. So we're gonna do a seated number 4. So you're gonna sit on your roller. Let me write this thing, yeah.
Be careful sitting on it. You're gonna sit on the roller. You're gonna lean back, bring your hand to the floor, and you can straighten one leg as much as you need so you can cross the other leg over it, yeah? So you straighten, cross, then pull that leg back up. Nice. Lean towards the sit bone of the leg that's crossed. So you're gonna lean towards that sit bone, and you should already find some interesting things there, and then roll right there. Okay, so you're leaning towards the sit bone. On the way there, you might find tight stuff. Just stay there and roll forward and back. And then you can keep leaning to the side and roll there. So to the sit bone, all the way up towards the pelvis if you need to. Don't roll into the sacrum, okay? So just outside your sacrum. And then I remove this hand and I'm gonna lean more towards the crossed leg and more interesting stuff over here. So you're gonna get a little bit more into the glute medius, which is usually quite tight, yeah? So you can cracking. It's cracking so tight, it's cracking. Okay, so lean as much as you want. You're gonna keep finding stuff there, yeah? And then, you know, have a party, go up and down, come back to just inside the sacrum, and go higher if you want. Or stay here. So once you find a tight spot, hold it and try to like go side to side here. See how I'm dropping the leg? Okay, and like I have a place right above the sit bone to the side towards the hip bone. And move to another spot and do the same. So just side to side movement also. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. So whenever you're ready, you cross over, start leaning to the side. And then when you find that tight spot, just stay there and go forward and back. Very small, it's not huge. Those are going to be mostly the rotators and the piriformis, which we usually have it tight. And then you can make it a little bigger just outside the sacrum. Or you can just keep leaning and find another tight area and roll forward and back. And then keep leaning. Remove the hands, you can put it over the roller and move like that. And go all the way up towards the top of your pelvis and down. And then you can keep moving it around, up and down. And then again, when you find a especially tight spot, hold it and then go side to side. Yeah, I'm just dropping the legs. Gives me a little bit of rotation. So you can play around, you know, both sides are different tightness. You can just sit on that tight spot. Just let, you know, the body weight dig into it and hold it. And then you can move from there again, either to the side of the tight spot or up and down from the tight spot. Okay, so you can stay there rolling. I'm just gonna stop the video. It's been over an hour. So roll whatever you need. If you feel like you need to stretch anything else, your upper body, you can. Roll in the shoulders, and you can do the stretches we usually do, the number 4, the pigeon, if you feel like you need. So I'm just gonna stop the video and you can continue whatever you want. Gosh, I feel so much better now. I love the rolling. Bye.